They are planning to open up the Montfort and Washington interchange at the end of the month before Christmas. And then the next phase of that project will close the Jackson and Washington intersection up to the alley on this side of Baker's Paradise. So everything is moving along well, and no news is good news.
Mayor, with your permission, while he's up there, could we ask him to give an update on Liberty?
Yes.
Liberty Circle, whatever.
And you probably will do one on 421 too. Go for it.
Liberty Lakes
That's what I could think of.
moving along. Also, they have continued utility installation, and they had paving done before the last meeting, but they are working on their first house. They have walls up, framework for the walls up, hoping to be under roof by the end of the week. So they're not wasting any time on getting that first house up. 421, if you all have noticed, has been closed for utility repairs. O'Mara's is doing that work. They have started clearing out all the utilities in that existing trench, which held our sewer, stormwater, water. As of today, they had better part of half of the sewer and stormwater put back in, and working their way up. The goal is to have asphalt starting to go back in Thursday, weather pending, and then complete and get out of there on Friday. That's all I got, unless you have something else for me.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks to Zach and Rick's team have been very busy with our water issue over on 421, along with a couple others. So many thanks to them for working on that. Our partners, O'Mara's contractors, have been great. They dropped everything to come help us, which is fantastic. So perfect. Okay, we have board appointments for 2025. Mostly, when we were reviewing, there doesn't seem to be any big outstanding ones that are coming this year. So it's mostly sort of the ones that everyone here reports on, which are not really termed. They're not term limited. You don't have a bunch of appointments to boards that have term limits or people are phasing off this year, as most of those do sort of follow the election cycle. Does anybody, I've heard from a couple that really didn't wish to switch, but does anybody want to switch? You want off of something? Everybody okay with status quo? Sold. Okay.
Who's on the health insurance committee from the Board of Works?
I don't remember. I don't think we even met this. I don't think we met this year because we didn't make any changes. We didn't change deductibles. We didn't change premiums.
I was just saying, if you need somebody on the health insurance committee, I don't mind doing it. I just want to avoid where we don't have a quorum. Well, but I don't want to create a quorum if there is other, because I think we talked about doing that at one time, but I think there was another who was going to create an issue at the Board of Works, so that's why.
Oh, yeah.
You volunteered? I did. I am.
You already voted.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I mean, everybody's fighting to get on the insurance committee.
You were on, Daryl was on handbook. We didn't really have an insurance one this year. We sort of moved it to more handbook-oriented stuff because we didn't change anything with the insurance. Okay. We do need to designate our print media, so I would recommend that we approve the Greensburg Daily News to be our official media outlet for 2025.
I'll make that motion.
Motion's been made. Second, all those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed. Okay. Updates. Jamie?
Yep. Zach came, we refined our bid proposals from last month for the Rebecca Park bid, and we actually got rid of the alternate bid and chose PAF construction for that. The Board of Works gave a favorable recommendation for the sewer rate studies that we approved tonight. Chief McNeely came in and we offered a conditional offer of employment to candidate number 1. Chief Stomer from the fire department came in and we approved an expense for records management service that we have to switch to. Mark Klosterkamper came in, we approved the purchase of some equipment that we approved encumbrances for tonight, the dump truck and the chassis, and then we also approved the purchase of a forklift that I think we talked about as a council last month, giving the approval for. Zach came over, talked about the NDOT Safety Grant Award, where we actually were awarded $1 million at a 90-10 match And we're looking to do some GPS preemption devices, some audio traffic controls, so people maybe that are impaired can hear traffic signals. This is mainly on Lincoln Street there. There's some other projects involved in that, but also equipping our police cars to where they'll be able to use those devices. So it's kind of neat, awesome. Amy stole my thunder on the CCMG grant award of $550,000. Thanks, Amy. I'm just kidding. So we'll use that to resurface. I think Zach mentioned about 30 streets, and then gave us the same update on the Washington Street. And then I think as you guys were coming in, you seen Chief McNeely. We did promotion of several officers and then awards for several officers. That was fantastic. Thanks, Chief. Thanks for your department. Well deserved. That's just fantastic representation for our community. So.
Perfect. Mark, Main Street?
The holiday walk was a huge success, and I congratulate Main Street on hiring the best looking Santa in the state.
Ho, ho, ho.
Plan Commission? Captain?
And we met on the 3rd. We did have a public hearing on a primary and secondary plat at 1627 West Cole Drive. After the public hearing, we went into the meeting, and the primary and secondary plat at 1627 West Cole Drive was approved unanimously. Then we had a short discussion on potentially changing annexation fees, but the only thing that really came out of that was Chris got an assignment, so next meeting we'll hear back from Chris on his assignment. Homework. Yeah, he created his own homework.
His own homework.
Other than that, we adjourned.
Okay. Daryl, EDC?
We have our meeting this Thursday, but Brian has put out his director's report, so I'll hit a couple of highlights off of that. You can jump in whenever you would like also, but construction on the Learning Center for the All for Kids daycare it has been moved to late winter, early spring, so that's backed up just a little bit. He's in the process of analyzing a couple housing study quotes for the community, which could be very helpful to us. And there's a couple housing projects that he's trying to get across the finish line in discussion stages. That's the primary things. Ready is still very much top of mind also, as he's working on Ready 2.0 now. It's also so. Anything else, Brian, you want to hit?
No, just a lot of sitting on my hands.
Yeah, just waiting.
Set it up well.
Rodney, 911 and plan?
I was notified of a meeting 2 hours before the meeting started because they didn't invite me, but I was there. And it was a special meeting of the 911 committee, and it dealt with Ritter Strategic Services doing an assessment of the 911 program that we have. It appeared that everything was okay.
Yeah, it was a positive meeting, good results. I'm going to invite Leanne to come chat with us, I think, and she's the new director for 911, to come and sort of give an update about the center. Let her get her legs under a little bit, so maybe January or February. We are 50% financial partners on that. Obviously, our public safety agencies rely on it, so she is getting her legs under her from stepping up from sort of the assistant director to director, but a very good report from the outside consultant that the county, through the 911 board, hired to help with that. So. Solid waste
meeting
this week.
this week.
Yeah, it's a little delayed.
Yeah.
I don't think there's really much going on. I know that we haven't had any events since Talksaway Days, etc. Okay. Redevelopment Commission, Daryl?
Just a couple things. Thank you to Zach for updating us on Liberty Lakes. Ironman, the apartment complex and the old jail lot, really no change there. And the only other thing is Dr. David Weigel resigned as president, and he gave us 15 good years, I believe. And I think the council will join me in thanking him for his service.
Okay. The Chamber of Commerce had their annual meeting and dinner in Westport a couple weeks ago. It was very well attended, a great job. They continue to have ribbon cuttings going on and their different events, so that's been, they've been very busy as well. And I think that's about it. I know Rick's not here, but water's been busy with their items and issues, but they're tackling those as they go. Anything else? If not, I wish you all Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year. We will see you in January, and enjoy the time with family. Thanks to all of our teammates who are going to have time off and are going to be protecting the community or doing those call-in shifts over the holidays. Many, many appreciative thoughts to them, and thanks. With that, we'll take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Motion's been made. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Thanks, everyone.
Merry Christmas.